I'm doing a video presentation on the civil disobedience that took place in Arizona in 2010 in regards to this Arizona SB 1070 law, which was a law that was almost put into effect that enabled police to stop, question, and ID anyone who they suspected of being an illegal immigrant. So anyone who wasn't white or looked Hispanic was subject to this. Many protesters openly didn't carry IDs and intentionally got themselves arrested to be ID'd and see if they were illegal immigrants. Most of them weren't. Only a very few, like 2 or 3 were. The day before the law was put into effect, a judge issued an injunction which stopped the most controversial parts of the law to being put into effect, so the law ended up never really being put into play. In regards to the readings, I think Rawls and Singer would definitely approve, because this type of civil disobedience is non-violent and it's non-threatening generally to the public. Rawls says that in order for civil disobedience to be justifiable, it needs to fall within the collective sense of justice. Whether or not this law falls outside of the collective sense of justice, I'm really not sure. But if that is the case, then I suppose Rawls would disagree. Singer maintains that civil disobedience is to get the public to reconsider a topic, not to coerce or force them to change their mind. So if this law did go into effect and this judge didn't issue this injunction and the civil disobedience continued, Singer would probably disapprove of that. But since the law didn't go through and the civil disobedience subsided, I believe he would approve. For Bedeau, I think he would also approve. Many of the people who were committing this civil disobedience were not going to be directly affected by the laws, but Bedeau says this is okay as long as the only law that they are breaking are the law that they are protesting, which was the case. Fortin and Griswold, which Bedeau discusses, have a much stricter view on civil disobedience. They say that only people who would be directly affected by the law should be able to protest. For our case, this is kind of problematic because it was only leaves a very small amount of people to protest, and also the people who would be protesting would be the ones with the most to lose, illegal immigrants who would be deported. I think Greenewalt would also approve. However, if the protesters were not cooperating, they were cooperating with the punishment. They're being arrested without fighting back. But if they were fighting back, then he would not approve, because this would not show fidelity to the law. It also would not help their cause, and it would not show their moral seriousness, which is kind of something that Greenewalt insists civil disobedience must maintain. That's it. Thanks for listening.